Quite a few organizations are working on Bronx River restoration. I think the singular focus of Rocking the Boat's work, and perhaps what makes us somewhat different than the others, is our purpose is really to restore the people of the South Bronx, and through that restoration, restore the rivers. Our whole idea is to use real life to teach and to learn through.
Okay, so you even it out, don't you?
We do it all through boats and water. And so we build real wooden boats from scratch. We then teach kids everything they need to know in order to use those boats, from navigation to sailing. These are not things that any of them have ever done in any other aspects of their lives.
In my neighborhood, there's drug dealers, there's drug users, there's drug abusers. There's more liquor stores than there is schools in Hunts Point. And you got hookers up and down the block when you see them. So it's just like, you know, it's not a place to raise a family. You know, Rocking the Boat came to my school and they offered their program. And I was like, oh, rowing a boat? Okay, that's nothing. I just thought it was rowing boats. So guys get in the ready position. That's what you gotta do. So now she puts forward, now you're gonna push forward. Once I got it up in the water, it was like a whole nother world. You don't even recognize Hunts Point from the water. It looks beautiful when you're out in the water. You're more relaxed. When the first time I got in the water, I was relaxed. I was not as hyper as I usually am. I was just, calm. That's when I realized, like, nature to me is just like, it should be my partner.
I got it.
All of the science and restoration we do on the Bronx River is run through a filter which asks, is this work dynamic, powerful, medium to do youth development work with middle school and high school age kids? If it's not, we don't do it.
So you're gonna be very careful pulling this up.
We are growing mussels and seaweed, both of which eat nutrients and filter nitrates. We're working with the University of Connecticut and growing what's called Gracilaria, a species of seaweed. And the purpose of these is to treat sewage once it's been released, in this case from the Hunts Point wastewater treatment plant, which releases water far from clean.
So you put it down until you don't see the sticky disc. And then put it up very slowly, put the line up.
So who wants to start? We got 2 calipers, so maybe you can take turns going 0, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
We are also working with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to grow the mussels from a 20 by 20 raft with lines hanging down. The mussels are growing along those lines.
Oh, look at that.
Carefully. Yep.
Great. We'd like to get some numbers for what an individual mussel is capable of filtering out of the water and how they grow, depending on what's in the water.
And it'll grow mussels and then nothing happens.
Right. And then we also have many thousands of mussels on the raft, so we can use some extrapolation techniques to see, well, if one mussel or 100 mussels can do this, maybe 1,000 mussels are able to do this. And if we were to set up multiple rafts, how much could that impact on water quality issues?
Have a good life.
So we've really learned to become mussel farmers. My wife jokes that we're just getting the mussels to do all the work for us. And she's actually not wrong about that. That's exactly how it works, and that really is what green infrastructure is all about.
This is my 5th year in Rocking the Boat, and while my time in Rocking the Boat, it has changed my perspective on where I want to go. I want to be a law enforcement agent, but for the environment, environmental protection, basically, to make sure that people are treating nature the way they want to treat a person, good.